Today I went before the council and asked real basic question. As a major city, San Antonio claims to be the 7th largest and wants to be a big major city, but I asked them, how much does it cost to march in New York City, the largest city in the United States? And the mayor didn't know the answer. It's $0. I asked about Philadelphia. I asked about Washington, D.C. Zero. Nothing. And all the different council members seem to have surprised looks. But what I was able to do, as I named over 10 different cities, is that no major city in this country charges any fees for the ability to march on the streets. They may charge a permit fee, which in New York City costs $25. We actually have to pay $75 for our permit. In a city that's much poorer than, New York City, we're willing to pay those $75, we think. But that's without having to be charged the thousands of dollars that the police, on their own discretion, get to determine.
And you had commented that was it the city attorney that considers the current parade ordinance a progressive?
On November 29th, when the city council asked the city attorney what he thought about the city ordinance compared to other cities, his own words was San Antonio was one of the most liberal ordinances in this country. And where he came up with that was just something to, quiet down the council. It's really sad when I see city staff, the attorneys, managers speaking to the council, a council that only received these amendments, 48 hours ago, and aren't briefed except to say this is going to help us out. We're going to win this lawsuit. That's irresponsible and deceitful to the council members who represent us, but also to the citizens, because then this goes into media and then people get confused. So we want to say that we are a major city, then let's act like a major city. Let us give our people of San Antonio the right to march on the streets, to vote, to march for justice, for women's rights, for gay rights, for poor people's rights. Let the Klan march. Everybody has the right to march, no matter what our opinion is.
And you guys, various speakers raised issues of the discrepancies that have existed through the years. What are one or two of those that you've observed that you think illustrate the, would you say, that the failure of the current ordinance?
Well, what we're seeing is if you are a favored group, they've already set aside certain organizations that they're going to fund, certain parades. But in addition, we've been able to access 5 years' worth of marches, walks, runs, and parades. And we see the discrepancy right and left. So the Harlandale ISD has had a march down Roosevelt Street in the south side that's 1.5 miles, and each year it keeps on growing up. The cost goes up. So 2 years ago it was $6,000. This year it's $7,600 for a march that's 1.5 miles. And it's students wanting to, show, their community about who they are. The Cesar Chavez March, which is a whole 2.5 miles, an extra mile longer, was only being charged $5,800 from the city, and then the city ultimately takes that cost and doesn't charge it to anybody, right? But why would a longer march cost less than a shorter march? Why would a march inside the downtown area, which we've been told if you march downtown it's going to be more expensive than if you march outside in any of the different districts, but that already shows us that there's discrepancies there. Some people get charged for off-duty police. If you're not favored, you get a lot of off-duty police who charge you double time and a half, and if you're a favored group, you get charged on duty. And if they're on duty, shouldn't they be no cost? And some people get charged for those on duties and some people don't. So it's really at the discretion of the police, and that's what the judge said, that there's too much discretion. And these amendments that the city attorney says will help to respond to those discrepancies don't do anything. It's not clear.
It's our First Amendment right. Other than that, we already pay for street usage. We pay it through taxes. Our ancestors built these streets. Our blood, our sweat, it's all here. We shouldn't have to pay for it all over again. We already pay developers to come in, build their hotels and who knows what else, what other development projects that aren't necessarily beneficial to the people. So we pay for it already, and through our labor, through taxes, our ancestors have been here for a long time and have been working off this land, and it's our right. It's our constitutional right.